We all try to be the best, so we finish first. Dropping homies like we falling in the curse. We'll do the same thing as I forgot the shit rehearsed.
You know, I get a lot of the same thing whenever I open my fucking laptop. Hey, Crisis, how's it going, buddy? Um, when's the next video dropping? Hey, Crisis. Oh man, yeah, it's good to see you again, man. Where's the content, man? Where's the next Crisis video dropping, dog? When are we gonna see some Crisis Hey, Crisis. When are we getting the next content video? Hey, Crisis. Hey, Crisis content. Crisis. Where's the content, Crisis? I've been healing. Um, yeah. I've been healing, and I moved into a new apartment, so I can kind of give a lot more hot takes than I could prior. It also means that I can speak my mind on the absolute fucking degeneracy that is going on that I see every day. Now, like I said, I've been healing actually, so I was gonna just stop. I was just gonna stop making Crisis content because my mental state was in such a happy place from all the healing that I was doing that I didn't feel that I needed to comment on any of the bad things anymore because they just weren't affecting me. But something happened today, and you know what? It kind of woke up. It woke up the Crisis in me. I'm not even gonna hold you. I was sitting there, and today and yesterday were my days off. So I was just chilling, talking to some people on Discord, which, I got the same thing. Hey, Crisis, when's the next video coming out? All that shit. But that was fine. And then today was also my day off. So, I actually decided to get a little bit dressed up today. And then I went out. Yeah, I went out. I actually left my house, which is something that most of you don't do, right? I put on my big boy pants. I went outside. I got in my car, right? I turned on the ignition and I drove to places and I interacted with the human species, right? Like, that's crazy, right? First off, but that wasn't even the big deal, right? So keep your fucking pants on. Like don't start, getting off yet, right? Because we haven't even gotten to the good stuff yet. So there I am, right, talking to all my, my old coworkers and shit. I also visited my new job just to see how things are going at the pharmacy there. But I went to the old place that I used to work out, talked to some of my, ex-colleagues, I guess. They're not really friends, right? I don't consider every person I've ever met my friend. And then I went to the milkshake bar. That's at the same strip mall as the place that I used to work at, the pharmacy I used to work at. And the lady there, who I frequently visit there, and I talk to her quite a bit, right? And she always tells me really interesting stories, right? Which is the reason I'll actually sit down there and have a milkshake, is because she'll tell me really interesting stories about her doing this and that, or going to this rave or something, and all the cool stuff she's done in her life, right? And I would give her some bits and pieces of stuff that I'd done while I was in high school and shit like that. And I'm sitting there, and another guy comes in, and he starts talking to me, and he starts talking to her, and we're talking about cars and shit and all that. And I was thinking about getting his number because he's into cars and I'm into cars and I like cars. So I'm like, oh, maybe I'll get to talk to him. But then I was like, oh, but she's also here, right? She's into some of the stuff I'm into too. Like, she likes EDM music, and I listen to EDM music when I lift, right? Some of you that follow my Instagram or my Snapchat know that. And, that could be a good conversation starter or something, or, not only that, she has a lot of interesting stories, and she's also getting into real estate, which is something that I could look into later on to, not be a fucking loser. And so I asked her, I'm like, hey, can I get your number, right? Before I leave, that way I don't have to come back and get a milkshake just to have a conversation with you anymore. And she's like, I'm not dating right now. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool, right? But I didn't really ask you to date you, right? Like, I just want to get your number. And she was like, and then she just like doesn't say anything after that. And after I'm cool at this point. That's fine, right? But later on, right, we're talking about like we're talking about something, right? And it comes up that it's somehow, some way, the fact that I am like sad in general comes up during the conversation. And I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm just like generally like a sad person. That's whatever. Like that's normal. And she's like, oh, well, you know, you'll just go to the gym for 4 hours and you'll be okay. And I'm like, yeah, like that's just what I do. And she's like, oh yeah, like the only reason I didn't give you my number was so that you was so that you would, you know, have a better lift. And I'm like, that's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. Like, she's like, oh, but it'll give you motivation, right? Like, it'll just make you more sad. And then I'm like, that's almost extremely vexing. But I'm still cool at this point. I'm still fine at this point. And then keep in mind, I'm not asking her for a number a second time, right? I'm not doing that shit because that's fucking stupid. And then not only that, but it would also validate her statement, her earlier statement that I would be trying to get her number to date her. And so she goes on to say, if you Venmo me,
my God,
I'll give you my number. And that shit, oh my God. Oh my God. Holy fuck, bro. Oh, I swear to God, bro. Something snapped in me. Something snapped in me. Because I just looked out of the window, right? And I looked at the guy sitting next to me that was talking to me about cars. And I just look at him. And I'm like, there's no way. Like, there's no way you can be that asinine. That into yourself to the degree at which you think I want to date you so much that I would pay you for your number. And you know, honestly, you know, bitches be trifling, okay? Yeah, the moral of the story, some of these women out here are vexing. So vexing, in fact, that they have the ability to awaken within me the most vile, the most critical, just angry thoughts, right? Just negativity. And you know, I'm starting to think that just like women can bring out the worst in you. And really, I just think that, like, I don't know, man. Hoes be trifling, and I don't really know what else to say on the matter, because I've just never seen someone say something so retarded, so fucking brain dead, to the point where they think that just because you asked for their number, that you are like obsessed with them to the point of wanting to spend money on them. I'm not even I literally asked for your number so that I didn't have to buy a milkshake to talk to you. What makes you think I'm gonna pay a one-time fee to have a conversation with you over the phone? You're not an app. I'm not paying for microtransactions. Get your shit together. Like, bro, it is 2022. Gas prices are still high. I get it. You're not hustling the money out of me, though. It's not happening. I don't get, like, and it's not just her, right? It's not just her, because this has been building up. I'm gonna be honest. It's been building up. The more I think about it, in reality, like, I've been on Instagram a lot lately. Instagram and YouTube specifically. And I just be seeing women, especially young women, right? I don't see a lot of 30-year-olds saying this dumb shit. I don't see a lot of 40-year-olds saying this dumb shit. But a lot of young women will say the dumbest shit that you could ever imagine. Like what the fuck? Like, I don't know. So I don't know. I tried to heal. I tried to let it in. I tried to let crisis just be like a, you know, like a few weeks thing. But the more I deal with the incessantry of these trifling ass females, the more I feel the need to say something. And honestly, men aren't perfect. No. See, men aren't perfect. But men will admit to being incorrect. I don't understand. I cannot understand the idea that they are beyond wrong. Like, you are can you not comprehend that what you're doing is incorrect? And you have no remorse for it. You will look someone in the eyes and smile while you tell them the most vile, degenerate nonsense that they've ever heard. The most manipulative, gaslighting, it's self-indulgent bullshit ever. Like, what the fuck? Like, oh my god. Like, y'all don't even think before you say these things. It just flows out of your mouth naturally. I don't know. I just think it's unfair. Really. I think it's unfair that we don't have equal rights. I really don't think that it's fair that we don't have equal rights. 'Cause I swear to God, half of you don't deserve custody of your fucking